Local banter starts so that they can see that we're up and running.
We're up and running.
Is the camera up?
Not yet. We're still on the podcast is starting soon, so let me get it over here so I can refresh that so I can see it.
It says, dude, I got an idea. It's live on Facebook.
See, there we go.
Hey, wow, dude. Whoops.
There we go. So we're there.
We're there.
I got to be over here to start things when we get to that point.
Whoops.
Oh, there you go. You got your... He's got his sound on.
I know what I'm doing, damn it. I'm
a professional.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, right. All right. Hey.
So I guess we could also say that for everybody that's listening on mixlr.com, don't hesitate to go over to facebook.com/dude I got an idea, because not only are we podcasting, but we're also doing video.
Yeah, and for anybody around the world that listens to us on iTunes or SoundCloud the day or days after.
SoundCloud?
I can't talk to
SoundCloud. SoundCloud is something else, okay?
We do broadcast live on Facebook every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific time.
Not only that, but if you're watching on Dude, I Got an Idea Live, you can put in comments and we can read about them. Hey, look, we have one person live. Oh, that's me.
Yep, that's you. It takes a minute for everybody. Okay, it is 7 p.m. Shall we...
Is it really?
Yeah.
Are we going to start?
Should we roll?
Well, I don't know. Should we? Is my camera set so I look nice?
It's set.
Are you going to break it tonight?
I don't break the camera. You break the camera.
Look, I'm sitting here. It's looking at me.
Okay.
You're the one screwing it. Or I'm sorry. You're the one running the controls.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well.
It can't handle looking at you, apparently. So.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Is that like Yahweh?
Are we ready?
Yeah, well.
I'm going to start the timer.
I don't know. Are we?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Here we go.
I don't know. Where are we going?
We're going to start the show.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, don't screw it up. Wait, I'm opening.
Counter. Yes.
Counterintelligence? Yeah, counter. Wait. Counterintelligence.
Here we go.
In a world where people's feelings are as soft as the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man's balls, and where saying good morning to a crazy but extremely hot chick can be considered sexual harassment. In a world where eating bacon can get you killed, comes a podcast like no other, hosted by two idiots. I mean two big assholes. I mean two really great guys. So if your candy-ass feelings are so sensitive that they can't take a joke, then tune out and run home and cry to mama. So untwist your panties and get ready for the Dude I Got an Idea podcast, hosted by James McEwen and Greg Mason.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the
Dude I Got an Idea show.
Do you have any excuse for screwing that up too? Anyways, this is Greg Mason coming to you live from the basement somewhere in beautiful downtown Lacey with
James McEwen.
How you doing tonight?
That's what it says on the screen.
Well, what says it on the screen? Beautiful downtown Olympia, or no? I'm sorry, beautiful downtown whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
The screen.
Okay, so I gotta make sure this is down.
Not too screwed up. Hey, look! You actually got my camera working.
I did. There we go. Now we can actually
have
see.
An excuse as to why it. Because that's what tonight's show is about, folks. We want to welcome you in, and tonight's show is about lame, stupid, whatever term you want to use, excuses that we come up with for screwing things up.
Yeah.
And
I wonder why we got that topic tonight.
So, James, please, I would beg you, nay, find some way to compel you. Boy, I'm really loading it on there. Yeah. To explain why we're doing a show tonight on excuses.
Oh boy. Well, let's see. We were supposed to have a guest, and someone.
Who was the guest? Oh well, we won't say who the guest was, but it was somebody that I really liked and was hoping would be here.
Yeah. Well, someone screwed up and didn't look at the schedule.
Wait. There's two of us.
Yep.
Okay, so someone.
That would be me.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at that. Holy cow, yeah.
Screwed up and didn't look at the schedule, and there were reasons why I didn't contact our guest.
Shit. I'm sorry.
So
did that come through on the air?
Yeah,
I didn't say bullshit on the air, did I? Okay.
So yeah, first, I had the.
Just a minute.
Hold on.
Is this an excuse?
This is my excuse. This is excuse why I did not contact the guest in time for the Tonight Show. First, last week I had a little problem with the automobile. The gremlins got in there and screwed with my front end, broke something in there. So
you had a problem with automobiles?
Yeah.
Was it that you were driving it?
Yeah.
Oh, see.
Yeah, and they went clunk, clunk, bang, boom.
Clunk, bang,
boom. Yep. Okay. Wasn't pretty.
Which now? How many gremlins make those kinds of noises? It sounds like, let's see, clank, clank, bang, boom. That's 3. So there are only 3 gremlins involved, right?
I don't know. I didn't see them. If I would have strangled the little bastards.
How do you know they're bastards?
I'm assuming.
I'm
making an assumption, a big assumption.
Did we discuss assumptions? We need to do a
show on assumptions. Yeah, that would be a good show. Okay. And then while dealing with that, then I kind of had a run-in with some aliens. Was abducted, taken up onto their ship, and probed a couple of times.
So they got through the wall.
Oh yeah. So
probed a couple of times. That's why you have that smile on your face. It was awesome.
It was not awesome.
Okay.
And so by the time he returned me, it was too late to make the phone call.
Wait. Hang on just a sec. Hey, can you move the camera up as I get up on top of the desk?
Why?
Because the bullshit in here is getting really deep.
No, the truth of the matter is I just forgot. I just screwed up. But what's better? Yeah, come on. I was kidnapped by aliens and gremlins screwed up my car. I really did have a car breakdown, but
yeah, he really did. I had to drive him down to the. Okay, so I got to tell you, this is the best part. On Saturday morning. Now I was gone all last week, so he used my Jeep, which was fine. I don't mind. It's cars are cars. Who gives a damn? But anyway, so all of last week he drove my car around because his 2 broke down. And it here's the thing. I would suggest to you that you should be thankful that I scheduled my trip when I did.
I am. It was good timing. It's fortuitous. Right. It was fortuitous.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was. Wait, did I say that enough times? It was perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
But Saturday morning, so Friday night I came back. Saturday morning I had to get up early when I was supposed to be my day to sleep in. And did I say that? Anyways, and come pick him up because I had to take him down to the junkyard down in Southeast Olympia.
Because I lost a bolt.
He lost
mission critical bolt. Actually, the gremlins stole that bolt. I've been doing my own.
Was it the gremlins, or was that what the aliens were probing?
Maybe I don't know. Yeah. But I've been doing my own auto repair for 25, 30 years, and
your cars keep breaking down.
I have never.
Wait.
Hold on.
Is there a correlation?
No.
Sure.
I have never lost a bolt.
You can.
My problem. I can't say that anymore. Up to this point, I had never lost a bolt.
Right.
My problem is I usually set them in a big pile or a bowl or something, and then when I'm done, there's more bolts because
big bowl shit. Oh no, sorry.
they have breeded. They have had baby bolts, and I always because I put them all back in, and there's more bolts left over. That happens to me every time, but I've never had one disappear. So this was a new experience for me. But
wait. You took your car. You've taken your car apart, and when you put it back together, you had more bolts than what you started with.
Yes, that happens to me a lot.
I didn't understand. Because, if you have more bolts, they don't procreate in the bowl.
They do.
No, they don't.
They do. I'm telling you.
And you wonder why your car keeps falling apart.
Anyway. So that was, yes.
I love you. I'm never riding with you again. No. Don't work on my Jeep either.
Anyway, so excuses. So after Greg gave me lots of crap about not contacting the guest, I thought, that's a good. Let's talk about excuses. Let's talk about your best excuses, worst excuses, whatever. Because I used to be the photo red light technician in the city of Lakewood for the pilot project here in Washington State, and I sat in court, and I've heard a lot of excuses for running red lights and speeding. Some of them are really, really funny. So we'll talk about those.
Well, it's the same thing working in law enforcement, and I have heard some of the craziest excuses in the world. And it's the kind of thing where these people say these things, and I honestly stare at them and think they expect me to believe that.
Oh, they have magnetic pants for that. My buddy Chris was watching. He said, talking about the losing the bolts. He said they have magnetic pants. Thanks, Chris. I'll remember that.
What was? Oh wait, somebody's popped up on my phone. Let's see if. Oh, okay. No, something else. Anyways, this thing's going crazy. They have magnetic pants for that. One of the most common excuses that law enforcement officers hear for people in possession of drugs is, do you know?
Oh, I've heard a few.
And it's funny, too, because I still hear this across the board, talking with guys and seeing stuff on Facebook.
You tell me what you're selling is the most common. I'll tell you.
These aren't my pants.
Oh, no, I haven't heard that one.
You've never... Oh, God.
No, they're not my drugs. I was holding them for a friend.
I hold them for a friend. I found them.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
I didn't want one of the kids to find them, so I was going to turn them into the police department. And, of course, there's follow-on questions I would ask, okay? For example, the one I found I said, well, when did you find it? Oh, yesterday. And you didn't immediately take it? Well, no. I said, do you have a cell phone? Yeah. Why didn't you call 911? Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
But these aren't my pants was my favorite, because you know what I would always ask follow-on
Well,
questions?
whose pants are they?
Whose pants are they? And they would go,
And for not your pants, they fit you amazingly well.
yeah. And I would say, well, is that
So
your
did you
wallet in them?
steal the pants?
Yeah. It just, it was amazing. And of course, there's a ton of other excuses that I've heard. You'll have to talk about some of the ones you've heard.
The best excuse, and it wasn't really it was the excuse. There was this older gentleman, probably in his 70s, and he was sitting in court, nice and quiet, and it came his turn, and he stood up and said, "Your Honor, I'm going to pay the fine, but I just wanted to let you know why I ran the red light." And the judge goes, "All right, sir, why did you run the red light?" And he says, "Well, I was late to pick up my 93-year-old mother, and you know how 93-year-old mothers can be." That's what the judge did. Whole courtroom bust up laughing. He's like, "All right, sir. Well, thanks. I appreciate that." Send him to the clerk. But I had groceries on the front seat, and I didn't want them to spill. I was afraid I'd break my eggs. That was one of my favorites when they ran through the red light.
Here, it's plausible.
But if you run through the red light and hit somebody, you're going to break your eggs anyway.
Well, that's true. But what I'm saying, though, is it's a
Maybe
plausible
more than-
excuse. These aren't my pants is not plausible. Right? My mother got, and I think I talked about this on the previous show. My mother got something like 23 different parking tickets, and the judge said, "Why did you do this?" And she said, "Well, because," and she actually got out of all these tickets, and she said, "Because I'm working full time, I'm going to school full time, I can't afford to pay for a parking pass, so I'm just parking wherever so I can better my way." And I think it was like for 27 different parking tickets, he only fined her like $25. So that was a legitimate excuse. Some of the other excuses, nope.
Well, isn't a legitimate excuse a reason?
Yes.
So there's excuses and then there's reasons, right?
Well, here's the thing, though, too, and this comes from a past experience, was that I am one of those people that when somebody asks me a question, why did you do this? I'm going to answer it, and I'm not giving an excuse. For example, why am I wearing black socks today? I'm wearing black socks today because it's just the ones I grabbed out of the drawer. Well, don't you have any white ones? Yeah, I have white ones, but I started wearing black socks because I bought a different type of sock and they're more comfortable, blah, 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 blah. But somebody I knew used to always get on my case and say, well, that's just an excuse. And I'd say, no, it's not an excuse. I want you to understand why I did these things so that, maybe there's better communication flow, there's better understanding.
Yeah, but that's a reason, not an excuse.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm giving a reason. Too many people, and people, I think the people that aren't intelligent would give, what? Oh, that's an excuse.
Right.
Right. So, and that's not what I'm saying, is that when somebody asks me a question, I'm going to say, thus and so.
Well, one of the excuses I heard a lot when it came to speeding in school zones is I had to go to the bathroom really, really bad.
Yes.
One of the best ones, though, I've often thought about if next time I get pulled over, I'm not sure if I'm brave enough, but it's an old joke. But it would be. I would love to see. You'd have to make sure you get good read on the cop. But
I think I know where this is going. Go ahead.
The cop pulls him over and he says, "So, sir, why were you speeding?" He says, "Oh, I'm sorry, my wife ran off with a cop last week." He says, "Okay, but why were you speeding?" "Well, because I thought you were the cop and you were the one bringing her back." Yeah.
No, that wasn't the one I thought it was, but that is the best one. Yeah. But yeah, some of the. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the other excuses that I've heard. I just recognize who the robot is.
No.
I didn't know you had a... Sorry, this is off topic.
My son's Christmas gift to me, the K2SO from Rogue One here. There he is. The giant one. Sits up my desk there.
So I just got a chance, and you and I had already talked about this, I just got a chance to go see Rogue One down in Flagstaff when I was down there visiting my son and daughter. And it was funny, too, because I wasn't sure how I was going to like the character, the robot. But he actually turned out to be pretty cool. I really liked him in the end, but, when...
yeah, he was a steam sealer.
He was. He really was. So there's a 32.7% chance this mission's going to fail. It's like everybody's like, shut up. Okay, let's see. Some of the other excuses I've heard.
Now, when you want to get out of something, what kind of excuses do you use?
Believe it or not, I don't.
You never use the excuse?
I will tell people, I don't want to do this, and so I'm not going to. I'm going to go find something else to do.
You've never used an excuse?
Oh, no, I've used it.
Not now. I mean, now your filter's gone. We know.
Yeah, I don't care now. Trying to think of, my first wife. I'll tell you something she did that I thought was pretty ingenious. And so, of course, now I'm going to put this information out. And everybody, if you go out and do this thing, you're going to get caught. She didn't, but she said she was... So my first wife and I were stationed, where were we when she did this? Fort Carson, Colorado. And she looked at me one day and she says, "I just don't want to go to work tomorrow." And I said, "What are you going to do?" She says, "You know what? I know exactly what to do." She says, "Let's go." So we get in the car, we run down to the store, and she buys this little bottle of syrup of Ipecac.
Ooh. And I know where this is going.
Right. At the time, I didn't know what syrup of Ipecac was. And I said, "What is that for?" And she says, "It induces vomiting." And I said, "Great, but to what end?" And she said, "If you vomit in front of somebody in the military, they immediately give you 48 hours quarters, which means for 48 hours you're not working. It's like immediate 2 sick days off, have a nice day." I said, "Okay, you're going to barf to get out of work." And she said, "Yeah." She says, "I may barf and I may feel bad for about an hour, but then I got another 47 to just relax and chill out." Yeah. So I said, "Okay, no problem." So she goes into work. She comes home about an hour and a half later, and I said, "How did it go?" She goes, "Pretty good." I said, "Tell me the whole story." She says, "What I did is I said, I walk into my boss's office. I said, I don't feel so good." She says, "Then I drank the stuff, and I guess it induces vomiting in about 20 minutes."
Yeah, it's most first aid kits should have it. If you don't, you should, right. Especially if children, small children.
So this is a public service announcement.
Yeah, it's public service. Yeah.
So she says, "Yeah." So I go in there. She says, "Then I walked in the bathroom because I was the only female working in the office, so I know I'd be left alone." She goes in the bathroom. She drinks half of the bottle, and it's a little tiny bottle. You've seen these things. It's probably as tall as a chapstick container. And she says, I said, "Okay." And she says, "I came back out and I sat at my desk and just waited." Because one of the things, too, she knew, and I didn't know how she knew this, but I learned, was that you can say you got sick and people don't believe you, but when they see it happen, they just want you out of there.
Yeah, go away. Hey, do you see on the screen there? We have another comment.
Okay, do we really? Okay, I got to put my...
He's got to put his glasses on.
Oh, shut up. This is from Adelinda Veona? Is that...
yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us, by the way.
Addie. That's Addie. Okay. Sorry, Addie, I'm screwing up pronunciation. It's me, not you. It's totally me. Wanting to get the... Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay. See, that's a great excuse for... that's what guys do.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it's not what guys do. Both sexes will do that. If one of the people in a relationship doesn't want to be in it anymore, they just say, "Oh, it's me. It's not you." Or "I need my space." That's another good one. So back to the thing with my first wife. So I said, "What else happened?" She said... I sat there for about 15 minutes and then went, "Oh, God," and everybody in the room looked at me, and I vomited into the trash can right next to my desk. And I started laughing. I said, "What'd you do then?" She said, "Then I got up and I walked in the bathroom, rinsed my mouth out, and she says, I came back out and I barfed in the trash can again." And I said, did you eat anything? Because I'm thinking, yeah, right. And she says, "No, I just had some coffee and a donut, so there wasn't much coming up, but I was still getting sick."
Right.
And she says, "I barfed twice, rinsed my mouth out, and came back out." And my boss said, "Go home. I'll see you Wednesday." Gave her the 2 days off.
There you go. But, that's not really an excuse because she was technically sick for that few moments.
Oh,
So
no, come on. But that's really pushing the excuse thing.
yeah.
I do like that it's not me, it's me, it's not you.
Yeah, I've heard some pretty good ones.
I need my space.
As a boss, a supervisor, I have people that make excuses all the time for not getting stuff done or coming into work. I had one just today. I may not be at work today because I'm having a kidney stone. And I'm like, wow, that really sucks because I've known people who have kidney stones. They showed up to work and they were fine. It's like,
I heard one time.
You didn't have a kidney stone because you wouldn't be here.
Guy gets pulled over. Somebody told me about this guy gets pulled over, and the cop says, "Why are you speeding?" And he says, "My wife is going to, not have a child." Oh, how did he say it? Something to the effect of, "Oh, my wife is going to get pregnant tonight, and I need to be there."
That's quite the. How do you respond to that one? I like that.
What's another? There was another excuse I just thought of. Oh, so another time, and of course this is all Army stuff because in the Army, the whole goal in the Army is to come up with really creative excuses. So a buddy of mine and I were working one summer. We were working for ROTC, and I would pick him up in the morning, and we'd go up together. And we were E5s then, and mid-level management, but not too much authority, but not quite enough, and still we'd get in trouble doing stupid things. Well, one morning I go over to his house and he's still in bed. I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I just want to sleep in." He says, "Lay down on the couch. I'll wake you up in a few minutes." So I said, "Okay." So I lay down on the couch and I fall asleep. 2 hours later, I wake up, and it's like 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's like we're really late. So I jump up. He gets up. He showers. We leave. And I'm stressing. I'm like, "Dude, we're going to get in trouble. We're going to get in trouble." He says, "No. We're going to get called into the first sergeant's office. Keep your mouth shut while we go in there." Now, not only is this an excuse, and did we get away with it? Yes. But also, this is where I learned to question an individual. It really hammered home interrogation, how you do it. So we get up there, and of course, as soon as we walk in the door, the first sergeant is just unhinged at us. We're a couple of MPs. The first sergeant we were working for at the time is an infantry guy, so of course he's screaming and hollering and more, more profanity, more profane words than you can shake a stick at. So we go into his office and he commences to scream at us, and he's going to threaten with busting us down to EIOU1. And Steve, sorry, I shouldn't have said his name. So this buddy of mine raises his hand for a minute, and the first sergeant says, "What the hell do you have to say for yourself?" And he says, "There was a really bad accident." And the first sergeant says, "Okay." And my buddy says, "We are trained MPs." And the first sergeant says, "Okay." And then he says, "MPs know how to deal with traffic accidents." And the first sergeant says, "Why didn't you tell me that in the first place? Get out of here and get to your work." So we walk out of the office, and I turned to him and I said, "Dude, you just lied. We're supposed to be honest." He said, "I didn't lie. Was there a really bad traffic accident this morning?" I said, "No." He said, No, not here, anywhere." I said, "Well, yeah, there probably was." He says, "Okay, so there's truth number one. Truth number two, are we MPs?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Truth number three, are we trained to deal with traffic accidents?" And I said, "Yes." And he said, "It's not my fault that guy thought we were talking about us going to a traffic accident. That's his."
Well, it's funny how some excuses are universally accepted, especially in Seattle here, where we have one freeway and lots of traffic.
Right.
You can be in the middle of the freaking day with no traffic on the road. If you're rolling late, traffic. Everybody goes, "Oh, okay."
Well, that's the other thing, too, is that we used that one a couple of times, traffic.
Yeah.
He'd say, "Oh, why are you late?" "Traffic." "Okay." And we would just go on. I told my boss about the first sergeant thing. And this was back, I worked for a guy named Ken Smith, best supervisor I ever had. And I said to Ken, I told him that story. Big mistake. But I told him the story, and he turned and looked at me. So a couple of months later, I was late, and there was traffic, right?
Yeah.
And it was just people.
He's like, "Yeah, no."
Yeah, people trading paint out on the freeway. And I walked in, and he said, so where you been? And I said, traffic. And he looked at me, and he said, bullshit. Tell me, I'm like, okay, boss, really, I got to show. And I actually had to prove to him that there was. And he said, I don't forget things that you tell me.
You're like, oh, crap. So, yeah, having a boss that forgets things is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah. It can be. It can be, but then again, no, it can be a pain because you tell him, I'm going to go do this, and then, hey, I was going to go, what? No, he was a really great supervisor to work for. Okay, other excuses. I'm trying to think of some other excuses. Kids come up with some of the craziest excuses.
Oh, yeah, my daughter's the queen of excuses. I should have had her come down and talk about things.
Yeah.
Every time I need her to do something, it's, I've got to do this, or I got to do that, or, I've got, this is great. Last night, my wife was doing dishes, and I'm like, get off your butt, you lazy. She's 12 years old. Go help your mom do the dishes, And she's like, I can't have this pain right here, and it hurts so bad. I think my floating rib is popped up, and blah, blah, blah. And I stood up, and I said, okay, come here. She's like, what? And I walked over, and I said, point to where it hurts. And she's like, right here, right under her breast. And I'm like, Caitlin, feel real hard. And she's like, yeah. And I said, okay, now feel down, 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 down. Do you feel any more ribs? Nope. I said, see that last rib? That's your floating rib. It's like 4 ribs down. It can't be your floating rib. She's like, well, it's something. So, but kids do come up with great excuses.
Dog ate my home. Of course, dog ate my homework is the
old time classic. Yeah.
And now it's what, the computer crashed.
Yeah, hard drive crash crashed.
Yeah, my supervisor, though, because of all that, he would make, if I came up with some outlandish excuse, he'd make me prove it. Okay, no problem. And I realized that I was my own worst enemy because of it. But we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't use a lot of excuses myself. Occasionally I will to get out of stuff, especially work or whatever, or mainly because I haven't gotten something done.
Oh, there's another excuse I used. I hadn't even thought about this, and I do get creative on some of my excuses in a sarcastic, humorous sort of way sometimes, especially with a supervisor. So it was, God, what was it? Long time ago. This was back. I owned a house down in Southeast Lacey and on Coldbrook. There's what it was.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, real long time ago. So do you remember when I had that POS blue Datsun pickup truck? You remember that one? Maybe you don't. Anyways, doesn't matter.
Trying to remember what you were driving when I first met you.
No, it didn't go back that far. Because I was living in that house on Coldbrook in 06, 07 in that time frame. So, but when we met, God, I don't remember what the hell I was driving when we met.
Yeah, you've had a few cars over the years. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so anyways, I come out of the development I lived in, went up Yelm Highway and started up College Street. And I got to about 35th. And it is a sheet of ice from where I live to probably all the way to the South Pole as far as I'm concerned. I mean, it was one of those, it was like what we've had over the last couple of weeks. We've had ice days. Mm-hmm. So I'm driving up the road, and this guy comes out about 35th. And he comes out, and he's sliding. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, he's one of those I'm in a big four-wheel, so I can just drive however I want type of thing. He comes whipping out. And as he comes whipping out, he's sliding sideways and then gets it corrected and starts, fishtailing back and forth going up College. And I was like, I can't believe these people are driving like idiots. I don't want to wreck my truck. It's the only car I got. So I said, to hell with this. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go home. I turned around and I went home. I got on my pajamas. I thought I'm just going to go back to bed and I'll sleep until I wake up. But first I called my supervisor and I said, I'm not coming in today. I'm going to take a sick day. And he says, are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm fine. But watching these people drive, I'm sick and tired of these idiots trying to crash into me. And you know what he said?
What?
Okay, see you tomorrow. I said, I don't know. We'll see what the weather's like.
That's another one up here. That's funny is everybody uses the excuse of snow or bad weather to not go into work.
Oh, my daughter's calling. That's okay. I'm going to have to ignore the call. She's going to hate me for that.
Well, we're almost done with the show, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we're running out of time. We're down to the last couple of minutes here. But before we move on, I brought up the stats. I wanted to this is show number 26 for us. We've been doing this 26 weeks.
Yeah. 26 weeks.
Yeah. Can you believe that we've been talking that long?
Well, yeah, but it just seems like yesterday we started this.
I know. July last year. We're almost 6 months into this. We're almost halfway through, yeah.
Yeah, it is. I guess it's 50. This is 20. This is half.
Yeah.
Holy shiznit, Batman.
Yeah, we're halfway through our first year. Woo!
I can't believe we talked that much.
I know. So I wanted to pull up our stats since we've been starting, and so we're in a few countries now. We
got 25 different countries.
Yeah. You want to read off the list, or you want me to?
Thailand, UK, China, France, Canada, Germany, Netherlands, Brazil, Saudi, Singapore. That's interesting. Italy, India, Egypt, Algeria, blah, 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 Belgium, Argentina. What?
Bolivia.
But what's the rest?
Perennial.
No, plurinational state of Bolivia.
Yeah.
Wait, what was in Bolivia? There was a movie about Bolivia. Oh, I can't remember. Peru. Wait, wasn't Peru up above? No. Peru, Spain, Qatar, Mexico, Turkey. Hey, big shout out to Turkey, folks. Got a chance to spend 18 months there and loved it. Lithuania. And last but not least, Sweden.
Yep.
Sven from Sweden is listening to us. Of course, I'll probably get hate mail for that. Seattle, Olympia. Let's see some interesting shit. Wait. I can't.
Okay.
Really?
I'm trying to set it so you can see all the.
Yeah, so I can see all the blur.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Beijing.
Hey, keeping it weird in Portlandia. Newburyport, Massachusetts. See that one?
Yep.
Okay. Beijing. Where else is kind of interesting?
London.
Taylorsville, Utah. It's somebody you got to know.
Yeah, I mean that's right next to where I grew up, Kearns.
Pittsburgh, California, but not like the Steelers. Did the Steelers win yesterday? Who won that game?
I don't know. I don't pay attention.
Oh, I know the Seahawks lost. Not that I care because the Raiders got kicked out the week before. Dusseldorf, Bolton, UK, Hayward, Elk Grove. Oh my goodness! Look, Lacey, Washington. Petaluma, Marietta, Singapore, Riyadh, Linwood, Long Beach. Shout out to Long Beach. Got some friends down there.
Brazil.
And Parnamirim, Brazil.
So,
isn't that like the most beautiful ladies in the world or something down there? Well, we only say that probably because they're not wearing much. Okay, slide back up. I want to look back up at the top. San Jose. Mountain View, Ashburn, Virginia. Okay. Bellingham, Redmond. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
And actually, our top listened to is Seattle. So we got a lot of people in Seattle listening to us.
Hey, Seattle. I'm up there driving Uber Eats every night, having a blast too with that thing. It's a kick on the shorts. It's a lot of fun. I was up there Saturday night having a blast.
So as we get down to the end of it, I just wanted to point out how well we've been doing. Out there with our little show that we broadcast from deep down underground in the city of Lacey here, that we're making it. People are paying attention, listen to us. And
it says J Love, not J Lo.
So
I was like, she's listening.
That'd be cool. Yeah, right. Yeah. But since we're down to the end of the show, we got to talk about sponsors and do a little shout out. So
Strawberry.
What?
Strawberry.
Number
19.
Okay.
Do you see it? I'm looking. Okay, so I'm looking at the names. So you go down to number 19, Strawberry. Luke, Sky.
Yeah, that's whatever name they put on for their username. So
Kolai. How do you say that? Oh wait, I got a couple people that have popped up here. What is it you want to get away from? I don't know. Wait, okay, I had a girlfriend and she had an excuse for everything, whether the excuse made any sense, whether or not. She stuck to it. And it says, still shake my head. That's from Carl. And, of course, then somebody said, ha, 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 Carl. So that's pretty good.
So, yeah, we have a few people listening to us. We appreciate you making comments out there. Do. So, but, yeah, no, I'm pretty excited that we've been going this long and that we've done that well and that we're
starting on the next 6 months.
Pretty soon we'll be international superstars.
So what do you imagine we're going to be talking about next week? Any idea?
I have no idea because I didn't look at the schedule again. He's going to beat me.
Carl, I understand. People just make excuses and they stick
to it. I've been a little busy fixing my car.
I'm not sure, ear or eye?
Should
I tell you to stick it in your eye or stick it in your ear? Yeah, there you go.
That's better than saying stick it where the good Lord split you. So. Anyway, so tin-soldier.com. We got to talk about our sponsors here, tin-soldier.com.
Oh, you did it. I saw you even move your head. Okay, stop. I'm going to talk about tin-soldier.com.
The
Just
best
a minute, I'm
place.
gonna talk about
Oh, you're going to talk about it. You talk about it. You can talk about it.
because
Fine.
you get into this announcer's voice.
I like doing the announcer
I know
voice.
you do, but this is not announcer radio. This is us.
Yes, okay. Go for it. I'll shut up.
tin-soldier.com, miniatures, and all kinds of it for gaming, for displays, for dioramas, right?
Yep.
All kinds of stuff. Great place. Go take a look at this stuff on tin-soldier.com. There are just about anything you can imagine, all different kinds of things from all different eras.
Yep. Historical, fantasy, sci-fi, all custom miniatures.
Any of the stuff that you could possibly need. And, of course, the best part, too, is that some of the stuff from fantasy leads over to
Hammer's War.
Yep.
Yes. Hey, we did that right. My book series. Yes, I am an author. Yes, I'm pimping my own books on my own show. So, hey, why not? But 3 books so far in the series.
Pimp, pimp.
I should load up some 70s music
Hammer's
for that.
War.
The Hammer's War is the series name. The
Yep.
first book is Forging the Hammer.
Second one.
Is Dimension Shift.
Third.
First Strike.
And coming out.
Coming out soon, hopefully.
If he could get it finished, do his pre-editing so I can edit it. Yeah.
Yeah,
He wants
Hammer's
to-
Commandos. So, so it's rocking and rolling, going along. So
Hammer is commando or Hammers?
Hammers, plural,
'cause you understand,
commandos.
right.
Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I don't know if Hammer is commando. I mean, that's all. Not sure we want to do that, but anyways.
That's more
Hammer's
information
Commando.
I want to know even, and I write the character. So
So well,
it's
okay.
available on Amazon.com. Look up a Hammer's War, or you can look me up, James S. McEwen, and Kindle and print version. So
Are you having fun writing this?
I'm having a blast.
You know what? Maybe we need to do a show on that where we pick a topic, folks. And if you think it's a good idea, let us know. If you think it's a lousy idea, let us know. Where we pick a topic where we interview each other about something.
That'd be kind of
You
fun.
write, and so maybe I should interview you about that.
Sure.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Good idea?
And I can do a show about how does it feel to have a character based on you. See, then I can get 2 in.
Those embarrassing moments, right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got to do a show on
We gotta
embarrassing
do a
moments.
show on
Yeah.
embarrassing moments, because we talked about that.
Yep.
When you feel like, what the is going on here?
Moments that your friends or family have really, truly embarrassed you.
Now, see, I don't mind you doing the voice announcer like that. Oh, that's something else too.
What?
The voiceover.
Yes.
We've got to get into negotiations. That son of a biscuit eater followed me to SeaTac Airport and to Phoenix. I heard this guy.
Yeah, apparently he has other contracts besides us.
Yeah.
And apparently they're nicer to him than we are.
Oh, yeah, it must be a lot nicer. He was in the airport in Phoenix, and he was in the airport at SeaTac. It scared the crap out of me. So we got to get into negotiations because he's following me now.
So, we don't.
Voiceover guy is creepy.
He's going to start beating you.
Yeah, and I don't want to get sued by anybody else. What are you going to do? Take, 50% of my earnings? Here's 20 cents.
So,
5 minutes.
Yep. Shout outs. I got to give a shout out to my son, Seamus, and his Capitol High's robotics team in the first Tech Challenge. They won their regional competition, and
Congratulations.
they are moving on to state competition. This first year they've gotten to go to state, and they killed it. They crushed it. Their last match, 132 points or 135 points to 0. They just crushed the competition. So
Who were they playing? Dead people?
no, it's robots,
Playing
man.
against dead people?
Robots against robots, man.
Well, yeah, but if they got 132 to nothing,
The other team must have had a critical
that's like
failure
the
or something.
It's the Girl Scouts playing Seahawks, I mean, the Seahawks only score 0. Oh, we're going to get hate mail for that one.
I know somebody who's going to give hate mail right away for that one if she's listening. So, any shout outs this week, Greg?
Yeah, shout out. I want to shout out to a friend of mine and say, I understand that sometimes we have meh days. There's people out here that care about you and are concerned about you, and it'll look up. Okay, and I get them too. But you know what? We're all here pulling for you, and we're wishing the best. I was gonna say shout out to my kids, but I just saw them, so shut up. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do a shout out for a restaurant in Phoenix. Folks, if you're in Phoenix, Arizona, I am so not going to answer that question.
So,
Anyways, I'm reading something in this. James just had a private message come in, and what did I get in the mail? I got a gift. Anyways, Rustler's Roost. I'm going to go back to the shout out for a restaurant down in Arizona. Rustler's Roost. It's got killer food, great steaks. It's got a killer view of Arizona as well as great food. And that's where my daughter and I and one of my sons down there too, we eat there all the time every time we're in Phoenix. So anyways.
Alrighty. So we're going to wrap this puppy up.
Okay. It's great talking to you folks, all the ones out there listening in all those great different countries. We thank you for your support. We really, really do.
And here we go.
Have a good one. Stay safe, everybody.
And we'll see you guys next week.
Who knows what the show's going to be about? James hasn't figured out the excuse for it.
Yeah.